for about a year. He plays in the neighborhood of 80 to 90 games a year. In his own team, he has played all but 2 games this year. That's for the Central Red Army in regular league play, plus all of their international endeavors, which includes the Rudy Bravo and the games against in the Izvestia tournament. But play's underway here, a 9-0 hockey game. The question we have to ask ourselves is, can Sweden get a goal? Tolas Jonsson out to center ice, beats it ahead. That is Mats Alberg over the line, but Fedosov is in, and he falls. Here's a chance for Alberg. He rolls it out in front, but it comes all the way back to Jonsson. Jonsson moving in. Trying to get in front of that net now, doing a good job of it too, but he's finally hauled down, and there will be a penalty to Vladimir Petrov. So Petrov will be going off. A reminder that tonight, following the national news, the 1980 Olympic highlights. That's the full 13 days of competition here in Lake Placid. All of our reporters will be on hand for this final show. We'll try to bring you all of the highlights, the many highlights that there have been in this competition. Canada's medal performances. That's tonight following the national news on CTV. The power play from the faceoff. Back to the blue line. This is ball team number 9 winding up the shot just wide of the net. Behind the net now. It's poked into the corner, moved along the board. Ball team just pokes it down behind the net. Taking it there is Söderström. Söderström behind the net. Now working for it is Eriksson. Håkan Eriksson behind the net again. And now for the Soviets, it is Starikov. Out to center ice. It's dropped back to the blue line. Jan Eriksson for Valtin. Valtin being forced way back in his own zone by Maltsev. Now Valtin, the rangy hockey player, shoots it out over center ice. Söderström's over the line. Söderström trying to get it over to the left wing. It's intercepted by Maltsev. Maltsev to Krutov. Krutov over the line. Trying to get it in front of the net. He's knocked down. Nearly hooked it into an open net there as he was cutting through the slot. Behind the net. For Sweden, it is Norberg. Norberg at center ice. To the line, Norberg. The Candling drops it off. They try to flip it out. Krutov goes down. No penalty on that as Krutov was trying to break out with the puck that was intercepted. Now Anderson. Stode Anderson over the line. Eriksson into the corner. Anderson coming in as well. Puck hops high in the air. Moline traps it at the blue line. Wrists it in towards the goal. And it is taken for the Soviets by Starikov. Now it's Eriksson. Eriksson winding up, and that shot is blocked by Starikov. Hops high in the air. Everybody's lost sight of it. Where'd it go? In the rafters?
Into the stands and the fans after. You were mentioning about Tretiak playing so much. One of the things that people feel internationally, they feel that the Soviets haven't developed the number of goaltenders that they have the other players. You know, a Makarov comes out of nowhere, Krutov, Kazatnov, Fedosov, all young hockey players. You wonder where they all come from, but you never see anybody play in these tournaments except Tretiak and Mishkin, and you wonder how many good goaltenders they have in the Soviet Union in comparison with their other skaters.
26 seconds left of the power play now. Is turning and coming to center ice is Moline. He stops up at center ice, drops the puck off, comes over the line. Shooting it in there is Lundholm in the corner. Backhanded around the net. Pervukin. They jam it in there, and it'll be held with 12 seconds left in the power play by Pervukin inside the Soviet zone. Pervukin from Moscow Dynamo. He's won a couple of Olympic golds from the national team since 1976. It was the last Olympic year, of course. So in to take the draw now will be Leif Holmgren. In the face-off, it's back behind the net. Pervukin off the boards, but it's intercepted. Alberg looking for a man, gets it to Johnson. Johnson winding up, and the shot is off the stick glove of goaltender Mishkin. Back along the boards now. Coming to center ice is Skvortsov. Skvortsov, I think it's through the line. Now they come in. There's a player tripped up. Slutov can't control it. The Swedes coming right back out again. And getting it is Skvortsov again. Ilya Letunov overskates it. Back inside the zone. Skvortsov again. Skvortsov over to this side. Taken by Vasilyev. Out to center ice. That's off a stick. Now Naslund turning. He's got some speed. Comes to the line, and his shot is off the leg of Ilya Letunov and drifts wide of the net. Cleared around the boards on the far side. Taken by Skvortsov. Now it's Makarov. Now Slutov. Slutov trying to work his way free. It's stopped by the defense. And turning back is Weinstock. There's Soderstrom. Over the line, he stopped. Here we come again. Makarov. Makarov to Balderas. Balderas working to his backhand. And he is upended. And out at center ice trying to stick handle and unable to control it was Norberg. But here comes Thomas Jonsson. He's got that shot. It's just wide of the net off a stick. Ends up in the corner. Cleared into the corner on this side. Norberg. But the Soviets have got it. Out of center ice comes Golikov. Golikov to the line. Back to Balderas. And there's the shot. Good save there by Lindberg on a good play. Back they come again. Over the line. Cleared in front of the net. And the Soviets again wheel away with it. Balderas. Balderas just stick handling. Tried to get over the line. He stopped Golikov. Golikov dropping it back. Kazanov in front of his own net. Big forecheck by Håkan Eriksson. Out at center ice, Waltin comes right back in again. Waltin getting set in front of the net. He shoots! And he's just wide of the far side. Now, out at center ice, it's Lundholm. Lundholm dropping it back. Again, Sweden trying to get out. Molin now has it. Molin over for Lundqvist. Lundqvist falls and slides right into the referee, Bernie Haley. And that's a little dangerous with the skates up. But everybody's all right. The face-off will come in the center ice area as you look at Pelle Lindberg, who will be on his way, I imagine, next season to the Philadelphia Flyers.
Well, Lindberg makes the stop, and he's had lots of work today. The backhand's giving him quite a bit of trouble. Mishkin having to make a good save on Waltin, who broke in, the captain of Sweden, trying to put Sweden on the scoreboard, get some respectability here in the third period.
A reminder to stay tuned for CTV. Full coverage of the Olympics continuing right through to the time following the national news. But we'll be staying on the air after this game for the medal presentations for the bobsledders and, of course, that gold medal to the U.S. hockey team. Back inside the blue line, Vasiliev. Vasiliev circling back, working with Starikov on defense. Petrov's out now. Petrov against the board. The puck is cleared down the ice. Molin will go back for it. Number 23, Molin, back to touch it. No icing on the play. Mihailov trying to beat Harlamov there. Puck goes against the boards. Petrov jamming it in, rolls it into the corner. Mihailov. Now behind the net is Eriksson. Eriksson starting out to center ice. Here's Molin. Over to the far side, digging in. There's Lundholm. He's behind the net. Molin now. He tried to get it out in front. It comes to Harlamov. He overskated it. Jam in against the boards. And it's now Alberg. Alberg trying to get a rink-wide pass. That's intercepted by Petrov. Harlamov trying to get out. He was checked by Alberg. Lost his balance. And Jonsson covers up. Behind the net, Jonsson. Jonsson to the far side. Cleared out to center ice. This will go all the way down the ice. No icing. They say that Vasiliev just did not make any effort to touch that one, so play will go on. They're just playing this one out. Puck is inside the zone. There's a chance for Sweden out in front of the net on the short side, and Holmgren had the good chance, but he just got it up on the chest of Mushkin. Now it's down into the Swedish zone. Back to get it will be Weinstock. He touches it. It's called on the icing. Face-off in the Soviet end. 9-0 Soviet. This is CTV, Canada's Olympic Network. So the face-off will be to the right of the Soviet goal. Take the draw for Sweden. Håkan Eriksson. He gets the draw. Now taken by Soderstrom. He's unable to control it. Comes out to center ice. Maltsev trying to beat Trudov on the wing. But the Swedes cover up once again. Now it is Eriksson. Eriksson along the boards, goes off Lebedev's stick. He has to chase it down on the wing, but also there is Eriksson, Jan Eriksson. He clears it into Soviet territory. Vilyaletdinov behind his net. Clears it into the corner, taken there by Eriksson. Håkan Eriksson trying to get in front, trying to push it through there. Finally ends up on the stick of Pervulkin. Pervulkin behind the net on this side now. Vilyaletdinov at center ice, knocked down by Waltin. He throws it to the far wing. Over the line, there comes Eriksson. He stopped, and here come the Soviets once again. It's over the line. Maltsev going into the slot. Cuts behind the net now. He's got Lebedev out in front. And rolls it out to the blue line. There's the shot, and it bounces wide as Lebedev deflected it. Now cleared around the boards, and Vilyaletdinov was way in on the play. Icing will be the call here again as we get Pervulkin touching it, and the face-off back in Swedish territory.
Well, again, we saw Maltsev trying his little spinorama. I think he's trying to just prove something today. You know, the story goes that in early Canadian hockey, that Cyclone Taylor scored a goal moving backwards. Well, he's trying to perfect the move, and we've watched him in practice here try it. He moves to the defense. He does a complete spinorama with the puck, and as he's turning around and moving backwards, he just backhands the puck all in one motion. And he's trying that now late in the hockey game with the score 9-0.
And trying to get out of his own end and finally getting the puck out is Thomas Eriksson. It's cleared into Soviet territory. Behind the net for the Swedes, it's Anderson getting it to the boards on this side for Lundqvist. His shot is right on. Anderson right there, but he couldn't deflect it. Now Anderson again against the boards at the blue line for Eriksson. And it's knocked down by Slukov out at center ice ahead for Kazanov. Kazanov over the line along with Slukov, who digs in the corner after it. On top of him is Eriksson. Puck comes out in front. Svortsov working past Eriksson behind the net. Anderson clearing it around, picking it off there is Lundholm. He gets it out to center ice, back for the Soviets. Kazanov also in there is Fedosov. Fedosov comes away with a puck ahead for Balderas, and it was off his stick and down into Swedish territory. Weinstock back to get it. Weinstock behind his net. Weinstock at center ice, that long lead pass. Alberg over the line. Epaul gets the pass away, but it went off a stick out to center ice, and Naslund turns. Naslund shooting it in, blocked easily at the goal by Mushkin. High in the air it comes. Fedosov's got it. Fedosov from behind his own net, starting out. Balderas flying at center ice, that crisscrossing motion at center ice as Fedosov circles back now. Over to the far side, taken there by Skvortsov. Back on this side, Fedosov as the Soviets just play with the puck. Fedosov, the stick handling, putting on a little demonstration. Now decides to put it out to center ice for Makarov. He's stopped by Weinstock. Puck comes loose. Now down over the line for the Swedes is Naslund. Naslund cutting front of the net. And the puck is dropped back. Here's the chance for the Swedes. In front, they shoot, they score! As Alberg got that pass and put it in. And the shutout is broken. The Swedes have scored. And it draws a roar from the crowd here.
The crowd so far have been sitting on their hands since the United States won the gold medal, but the drop pass, keeping the puck in at the point. Alberg moving here with a quick shot to Mishkin's glove hand. He gets a piece of it, it hits the crossbar and then drops down behind it. But Sweden is now on the scoreboard with their first goal. There's the glove on it, hits the crossbar, drops right down into the corner of the net.
Mats Alberg, 33-year-old forward from Leksand, Sweden. This is his sixth, well, he's been 6 times to the World Hockey Tournament, starting back in 1973. Now sliding hard into the boards. That was Norberg inside the blue line. The Soviets were playing around with the puck in their own end. That's offside. And finally something was going to happen. They have just quit really doing anything except playing around. It's like shinny out there right now.
Well, I feel, you know, being in the coaching business, you feel sorry for Tommy Sandlin, the coach of the Swedish national team. Your team is down 9-0 at the end of 2 periods. I mean, what do you say to it? And about the only thing you can say to the hockey club is, hey, let's try to win 1 period in the game. And Sweden is winning this period so far 1-0 after losing the first 2, 9-0.
Over the line comes Norberg into his own zone, drops the puck off. Now Valtin out at center ice, moving up is Eriksson. Håkan Eriksson over the line now. Eriksson rolling it in front, and it's taken away from the goal mouth area by Vasiliev. Now the Soviets out at center ice, down over the line. It is Golikov. Golikov stops up in the corner. Alexander Golikov finding a man in the slot, and Vasiliev was breaking in there. And now the Swedes have got the puck. Alberg from Lundqvist and Holmgren at 9:17. That's the goal as Waltin gets it in front of his net, clears it out to center ice. Lift ahead now. The Swedes come in. Lundqvist gets the shot. It's gloved by Mushkin. He hangs on for the faceoff. 9-1 the score. The Soviets leading with 9:27 left in the hockey game.
And the goal seems to have given Sweden a little bit of a lift here. They're beginning to carry the play a little more. We see Mishkin ducking, trying to see that first shot coming through. There's the shot, the goal, just getting under the crossbar. Mishkin gets a piece of it. First Swedish goal.
Mushkin has had it pretty easy so far tonight. And Lindbergh has been shelled. Face off, they'll do that one again. There's Vladimir Petrov. 1973 at a World Tournament, he scored 18 goals in 10 games at that tournament. Wonder how many of them are against Japan. Puck fired off the board. Soviets beat Japan in this tournament 16-0. Could have been 30-0, I thought. Banged off the boards out to center ice. Petrov's got the puck. Petrov beating now. A good pass to Mikhailov, who's busting in, and it rolls right to the goal mouth. Doing a good defensive job there was Molin, and it's out at center ice once again. Now back into the Swedish zone. Eriksson over to the far side. Molin working to center ice. Molin shooting it in. And behind the Soviet net, taken by Pervukhin. Pervukhin, Harlamov, Pervukhin again. Pervukhin leading the rush at center ice. Pervukhin busting down on the left side, makes the shot, now tries to sweep the defense. He's got men out front, and he rolled it in as Mikhailov was looking for his second goal of the game. There's Tretiak on the bench.
Pervukhin moving right in. Again, the defenseman for the Soviets taking all kinds of chances, lugging the puck out. When he moved out behind the net, he threw it back from the same side he was going in. They don't like to go around the net and throw it from the far side. They like to throw it, catch the goaltender moving to the far side.
The back of Tomas Jonsson, drafted by the Islanders. We see a little bit of him. They already have Anders Kalur. Here's a shot cleared away from the goal mouth area by Weinstock. On the far boards, Weinstock after it. Players go down. Puck is loose. Weinstock comes away with it. Puts it out on the boards. It's batted out to center ice. Trying to hook it around, and does Holmgren now. He goes into the corner. Holmgren still with that puck. Being checked as he's ridden in against the boards by Kazatonov. And finally, it's taken by Lebedev. Lebedev to Maltsev. Maltsev at center ice. This is a 2-on-1 with Krutov. Maltsev over the line, feeds it through. Krutov was in too deep. Coming across to get it is Lebedev. We may have a roughing penalty being called here. And Krutov, I don't think, knows what the heck is going on. In any case, 8:02 left, 9-1 Soviets. This is CTV, Canada's Olympic Network. Soviets playing a man short here. Roughing penalty to Krutov. He's in. The puck is along the boards. There's Shlutov. The big fella ducks away from a check, even though they were short-handed the way they're playing right now. Behind the net now. Shlutov still with that puck. That big long reach of his. Hard to check. Still has the puck. Trying to muscle it in against the boards, and finally Håkan Eriksson gets it, takes it around the net, comes to center ice with it. Eriksson to the line. Eriksson still with that puck, drops it off for Soderstrom, and it winds up back at center ice. Waltin over for Norberg. 7:22 left in the hockey game. At center ice, stick handling down to the line is Norberg. Norberg still with the puck. He goes down on the play against Shlutov. And it's Vasiliev. Vasiliev just leisurely sliding it across the ice. Now back to Vasiliev. Vasiliev slides it out to center ice. And back down into the Swedish zone. Now the Swedes will come away now. It's Lundholm with it. Lundholm out to the blue line to center ice. That's Eriksson. Eriksson in over the line. His shot is wide of the net. Comes off the dasher behind the net. Down goes Lundholm as he was going in. He's all right. The Soviets start away. Vasiliev against the boards. He's checked there by Lundholm. Out in front and banding on it was Lundqvist. It rolls out in front of the net, but saving that particular effort was Starikov. Starikov over for Shlutov. Shlutov back in for Vasiliev. Vasiliev ahead for Starikov, who just deflects it over center ice. And it's Eriksson. Eriksson to Molin. Molin ahead to the line now for Lundqvist. He comes into the corner. Lundqvist out to the blue line. Molin back into the corner for Lundholm. And that pass is intercepted by Shlutov, and Schlutov's at center ice. Shlutov over against the boards. Backboard is Anderson. A rink-wide pass. The Swedes changing on the go. The penalty has expired. And out over center ice now, the Swedes. That's Naslund, but he can't get through. The puck is cleared into the Soviet zone. And back to get it is Starikov. Starikov. He's checked. Puck comes right in front of the net. There's the shot. A rebound. And they score. It was stopped and then seemed to hop over. Goaltender Mushkin. And the Swedes are on the board for their second goal.
Sweden coming back, getting some measure of revenge here late in the third period. The first shot blocked, continuing on. Mishkin can't seem to kill the puck. There's the second opportunity coming. The puck hopping over top of him and into the corner of the net. Another look at it. The first shot coming. He stops the first one, goes down, but doesn't know where that puck is. Then there's the little bit of the play coming in late. Alberg just putting that puck over top.
Puck is cleared down. Holmgren got the goal. At 14:21, the assist going to Naslund. And it is 9-2 now with 5:21 remaining in the game. Lindberg out of the net. Naslund kicking it along the boards. Soviets in forechecking. Cleared into the corner. There it's Johnson. Johnson out to center ice for Naslund over the far boards and off the boards and into the Soviet zone past Alberg. And it's called on the icing. And a face-off down in the Swedish end of the ice with 5:07 left. This is CTV, Canada's Olympic Network. From the face-off, chasing the puck down inside the zone is Eriksson. Puck is cleared around the boards, and the Soviets will come out to center ice with it. Makarov ahead to Golikov. Golikov over the line. He goes down. Puck winds up in the corner. Makarov after it. Behind the net. Checking there is Soderstrom, number 21, but it's Alexander Golikov who gets it. Golikov beating it over to the far side. Players go down on the play. Eriksson gets it. Eriksson feeding it back into the corner. Makarov's in there as well. And the puck is flipped out to center ice with 4:23 left in the game. Now turning, coming in over the line. Alexander Golikov with lots of room. He shoots. Oh, good save there by Lindberg, but he actually shot after the second move, the second unnecessary move. I think the Soviets feel they have enough. There's a shot. It's gloved by Mushkin, and he holds on. We'll have a face-off in the Soviet end.
Sweden getting caught in the middle of a change. Golikov jumping on top of the puck. Moving inside, getting the opportunity. Made the move to the outside, then came back to the inside. We see the puck just rolling wide of the net on Lindberg, but a good move by Golikov. A very alert move, jumping in when Sweden get caught. Everybody over at their bench in the middle of the change.
9-2 the score. The Soviets leading. Pervukhin, the top scorer, the defenseman. He has 4 assists in this game.
Well, we tried to get our cameraman there, was putting a face mask over top of the camera at the end, tried to give our fans a look at what the goaltender sees from behind that mask.
Out at center ice now. Here is Mihailov. Mihailov along with Petrov. Mihailov to Petrov, and he fanned on it. The loose puck is picked up, thrown into the slot, but tipped away and out to center ice. Back with it now. Harlamov, number 17. Over to the far side. Now cleared into the Soviet zone. Vasilyev around to the far boards. Kazanov let it go by. The shot rips in from the point. And Fedosov has got it. Not Fedosov, but Petrov. Petrov clearing it up to the blue line again. Anderson with a shot, and he's wide with it. Now cleared wide of the net again. Out to the blue line to center ice and all the way down into the Swedish zone. Back to get it is Eriksson. Eriksson golfs it to the blue line, not out, kept in by Kazanov, rolled in front of the net and hoisted up into the air and down the ice by the Swedish defense. And they'll go for a change as way out of his net there is Mushkin. He holds it himself in the corner. We'll get a face-off in his own end of the ice with 3:13 left. The closing ceremonies tonight, live on CTV. The colorful closing ceremonies from the Olympic Fieldhouse here. It's always an emotional moment. 9:30 tonight, Eastern Time, live across the CTV network. Maltsev on the far boards, behind the net. Taken by Vasilyev. Now over for Starikov. Starikov out at center ice. It's off a skate. Naslund couldn't control it. Jonsson back at his own end. Over to the far side. Weinstock. Weinstock out at center ice. Alberg, he tried to feed Naslund on that play. Naslund cutting in and behind the net after it, but the defense covers up. Krutov trying to get loose, but is taken away by Alberg. Alberg clearing it into the side of the net, and it's blocked by the defense, flipped over to the far side, and Maltsev's got it at center ice. Maltsev on the right-hand boards, gives it to Krutov. Now that is Lebedev. Lebedev clearing it out to center ice. Then Vasilyev deflected it off his skate back inside the zone. 2:30 left. The faceoff will be outside the Swedish blue line on the offside.
Valery Vasilyev, who is just going off now, the veteran Soviet defenseman, exchanged sticks with Dan Delvis of the Canadian team after the Canada-Soviet game. And Dan took it into our dressing room. We have a gauge there where you can check the curvature and the width of it. And both the width of the stick and the curvature were about a half-inch more than normal. It's just a phenomenal blade that he has on it, but this seems accepted in European hockey.
Looks like you could have called everybody for a stick measurement after that game. Not only, who was it you were after? Golikov, Alexander Golikov. Now from inside their own zone, Pervukin out at center ice. Waltin shooting it back in again. Digging in for it is Billy Lentonov in the corner. He slides it along the board. Schwartzoff on the far side. Billy Lentonov moving in as well as the puck is cleared around the boards for Pervukin on this side. Pervukin behind the net. Billy Lentonov. Less than 2 minutes left in the game now. Into the corner it goes. Out in front. Intercepted by Billy Lentonov. He gets it to the blue line. Not out. Puck deflects past Alberg. And here come the Soviets again out of their own end. Schwartzoff fighting his way to the line. He gets in ahead of the puck. A delayed offside, but the Swedes brought it right back out again. And it's bounced back into Soviet territory with 1:38 left in the hockey game. Now Shlutov to Balderas. Balderas had it poked off his stick. Anderson on the far side. There to the boards. Schwartzoff coming down over the line. Trying to get through is Moline. Shlutov on the far side. Into the corner it goes. Behind the net, taken by Pervukin. He can't control it as the Swedes get it once again. Back out at the blue line. It's fired in by Moline. Behind the net. They're jousting for it as Billy Lentonov. It goes to the far boards for Schwartzoff. Shlutov out at center ice for Pervukin. Pervukin just pokes it away. And we have less than a minute mercifully left in this hockey game as the puck is cleared over to the far side. There's Moline. He took a shot and he's wide of the net with it. Now it's Eriksson. Eriksson cutting in front of the net on the short side, and it winds up in the netting with 39 seconds left in the game. Soviets 9, Sweden 2. He looks a little bored, doesn't he?
Well, at 9-2, but give Sweden credit. They're down 9-0 at the end of 2 periods, and to come back, and really, there's no pressure on the Soviets to add to the total, but they came back and they scored 2 goals. The Soviets didn't get any in the third, and that's all you can hope for in a hockey game like this.
Saw Thomas Eriksson, a 20-year-old defenseman, has been drafted by the Philadelphia Flyers. He went to the bench, number 27 for Sweden. At center ice, Jonsson over the line. Here's the shot, and it just wide. The rebound up on the short side, and hugging the post there was Mushkin. Now in against the boards with 22 seconds left, and the puck is held for a foul. Be lots of emotion in here in a few minutes. The presentation of the goal to the United States. Now Vasiliev moving in. Vasiliev getting set. He shoots. It's right on. Now sort of a half-hearted shot. 2 seconds left. This game is over as the puck is fed out over center ice. The final score, 9-2. So the medal standings are complete now for the Olympic ice hockey. The United States gold, the Soviet Union silver, and Sweden will get the bronze.
Sweden throwing all